Next call for Byron, York, Pattersonville, New York. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm calling from Pattersonville, and pardon me, I'm a little nervous. I'm not usually on TV. Anyway, I'm calling to make a comment. First of all, I don't like what you had to say about Michelle Obama during the campaign. I found it insulting to American women and African American in particular, especially when you herald Sarah Palin, even though she's really more of a Jerry Springer type woman with that whole barefoot pregnant thing. And I would like for you to apologize.
What caller? What in particular bothered you? What phrase or comment or?
Well, some of the things he said, how she was. I'm looking at it right here online, where she's angry, dissatisfaction, resentment, and those things were just straight up not true. I mean, she was talking about her American dream. She was not talking about being angry at America, but people like Byron York jumped right on her, and I just think it was totally unfair.
Okay, I will address that. I think she's probably referring to a piece. Well, I did a couple of pieces on Michelle Obama. One was in Zanesville, Ohio, during the Ohio primary season, and the other one you probably are referring to is one I did from North Carolina. I went to a Michelle Obama rally in Charlotte the night before the North Carolina primary. What was striking about it, and I'm not going to apologize, I will explain what I was thinking. What was striking about her speech was the degree of dissatisfaction and pessimism and yes, a bit of anger in it as well. Her whole speech was moving the bar. Every time you get a little closer, she never specified who they were, they take it away. So, people said Barack could never raise any money. Well, he raises money, and they said, well, he can't win a caucus. And he wins a caucus, and they say, well, that doesn't matter, it's the primaries. And he wins a primary, and they say, that doesn't matter. So she was talking about this world in which every time anyone would strive and achieve, then they would take things away. And she then related that to society at large, in which we live in a society in which the deck is stacked against us, and every time we get a little bit higher, they take things away. And she told the story of meeting a little, I think it was a 10-year-old girl in the South Carolina primary, and the girl comes up to her and says to her, Mrs. Obama, do you realize that if your husband is elected president, it'll be historical? And everyone in the audience begins to kind of laugh because they think it's a cute kid story. And then she tells us that the child, at that point, broke into tears, was just sobbing these huge, huge tears, because at that point, the little girl, who was 10 years old, realized that the dream of health care was slipping away from her, that the dream of education was slipping away from her. And then Michelle Obama began to complain about her own college loans and having to pay them back into her 40s. And it was not until Barack Obama wrote 2 best-selling books that they were able to pay off these loans. And so there was this sense of anger and dissatisfaction. I don't know her personally. This was based upon my observation of her performance in public, and I still think it was accurate.